Did you know that in Stardew Valley multiplayer, you can actually duplicate items for free? Or that the Egg Festival's egg spawns change in co-op? Multiplayer isn't just about teamwork, it's filled with hidden mechanics, tricks, and tips that can change the way you play Stardew Valley. Most Stardew playthroughs start with the host clicking new and building a cabin via Robin's shop. But did you know that you could start a brand new farm via the co-op menu? The menu works the same way as starting your own solo farm, but it allows you to choose how many starting cabins you want, and thanks to the 1.6 update, you can now have up to 7 cabins instead of 3, allowing 8 players to be on the farm. While solo worlds provide you the option of building cabins for an extremely low price, this option allows you to start a new farm with friends without any of the cost, no matter how little. Next, the menu allows you to choose whether you want the cabins to be close to each other. All of them are either placed to the front or the left of your farmhouse, or spaced out in predetermined places based on the farm type of your choosing. Lastly, you can choose if each player will share money as it's the default style, or if you will each have your own banking system. This choice affects both selling and buying, so anything that someone else sells, you will not be able to see the profit from if you choose to separate. Now that you have a co-op farm ready to go, here are some more tips and tricks that you may not know. Stardew Mobile has been out for quite some time, but most people have always assumed that mobile players will never get to feel the enjoyment of co-op. Luckily, as of newer updates, mobile is currently beta testing co-op, and here's how you get it. On accessing multiplayer on mobile, update your game and make sure it is on the latest version that is available on your device's app store. Then, you're going to launch the game and arrive at the title scene. Once you're on the title scene, you're going to locate these 4 corners in the Stardew Valley logo. Based on the image that you're seeing right now, you're going to tap these leaves in the following order: up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right. After inputting the sequence, tap on the question mark button located in the lower right corner of the screen, scroll through, then exit, and now the new co-op button should be appearing on the title screen. Now you can host and play games just like how you would in other platforms, but through IP address instead. By default, whenever the menu is open or you're interacting with other people, the day pauses, allowing you to either take a break or process items without losing too much time. In multiplayer, time continues to progress even when a player is in the menus. This makes it much more crucial to go ahead and plan out your days to make sure you do not lose any valuable time. But in return for losing time, going to your bed in co-op works almost like the hot springs in the valley. Just hop on your bed, and instead of going to sleep, you will lay in your bed and gradually your energy will rise back up. Another time-related feature is the pause feature. So if you go ahead and type /pause in your text box, the time will pause. But you will not be able to do anything else. The only things you can do is that if it was paused while you were selling an item or gaining an item, you may be able to finish that interaction, but after that, you are paused. All in all, this is especially useful for challenging runs where each player takes on different roles without worrying about running out of energy early on. Ever notice how in multiplayer, festivals can become way more competitive? Some, like the Egg Festival, actually become races where players compete for first place. But here's the catch. In multiplayer Stardew Valley, the egg locations in the Egg Festival can change depending on the year. So make sure you're aware if it's an odd or an even year, because that's how it changes. Another change from the game from solo to co-op is that you can marry your fellow players instead of the NPCs. The only catch is that instead of raising each other's friendship levels in the game, you'll have to purchase an extremely expensive recipe from the traveling cart to gain the multiplayer exclusive wedding ring. The ring itself costs 5 iridium bars and 1 prismatic shard, and once you're married, you'll get the marriage star drop the next day instead of waiting 13.5 hearts later. Want to make things even easier? Each player in a co-op farm has their own individual experience points. Whoever does the work from any of these categories gains experience, and it is not shared with any of the other players. So, when it comes to farming, whoever harvests the crops or interacts with the animal gets the experience regardless of who planted the crop or who had done any of the work with the animals. When it comes to mining, whoever gets the last swing with the pickaxe gets the experience, and whoever sets off the bomb gets the experience for destroyed rocks. For foraging, whoever picks up the forageable item gets experience, and whoever swings the last axe throw when chopping a tree, stump, or log gets the experience. When you're fishing, whoever empties a crab pot gets experience, regardless of who set it or who baited it. And when it comes to combat, whoever kills the monster gets the experience. If you're really desperate in your multiplayer experience, you can use some of the lesser known exploits to help progress your farm. If you and another player go to a table and place down an item, and then continuously try to pick up the item, you'll be able to duplicate any item as many times as you see fit. This also works with breaking a tree or rock at the exact same time, as you will both receive the items, essentially duplicating it. When building something on your farm, it will only check that you have the current required items on hand, which means while you're choosing where to place it, your other player can go ahead and use all the money or build a second building from JoJo Mart for the price of one. While each player has their own individual experience points, did you know that there were shared progress points? As this is a co-op world, some things are going to be shared between farmers, and that includes your farmland, your museum progress, the luau friendship progress, but that is based on if everybody contributes, the bulletin board progress, your community progress bundle, your daily luck is averaged out by everyone's individual luck, the elevator checkpoints are also shared, and the golden walnut progress is also shared between players. There are multiple aspects to hitting perfection, whether it's getting max hearts with everyone or catching every fish possible, but as long as one person has maxed out that category, it counts towards the perfection of the farm. If you need help with your perfection tracker, I've created a video on the best perfection tracker that I use for my multiplayer run through. It's an in-depth overview to each part of what you'll need to track to hit 100% perfection. With the right setup, you might be able to hit perfection by spring year 2. So that's Stardew Valley multiplayer, and Stardew Valley multiplayer is way more than just farming with friends. It's full of hidden mechanics, exploits, and tricks that most people never discover. Whether you're spamming in the Skull Cavern, glitching items for infinite money, or outsmarting the game's economy, there's always something new to learn. So, if you found these tips helpful, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more Stardew Valley content. Now, get out there and start farming. Just maybe don't spend all of your shared gold on hats.